The fuck? Hey, yo, it's E King Fight News. What's poppin', y'all? Let's get into it. Hold on a second. Oh, shit. This is not the format I was looking for. But hey, this is what it is. Yeah, isn't it? No, fuck me. Damn, I might have to reboot. You know what I mean. But what's popping, y'all? It's E King Fight News in the building. Wilder should knock out that moron Shelly Finkel for making him sign a 2-fight deal to fight Fury. Oh, buddy. You know that's a fact. That's a fact. And Tyson Fury has now come out and said, you know what? Tyson Fury has said, you know what? I'ma sue you, Wilder. Wilder, I'm gonna put a lawsuit on your ass if you don't come see me in a rematch. Oh, buddy, Tyson Fury using them Eddie Hearn tricks. Tyson Fury using them Eddie Hearn tricks out here, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Coming from Tyson Fury. Shelly and his brother Bobby made that deal at the Jewish deal. Yo, going in on Shelly. You know what, Shelly Finkel, though? He's going to do what, he's going to make a move that's going to suit him. He's going to make a move that's going to be quote-unquote best for the interest of PBC. And unfortunately, what I don't understand is, wasn't there a rematch clause to begin with when it came to Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder? For that first fight, there was a rematch clause. For the first fight. But for the second fight, there was no rematch clause. Now, was there? For that second fight, there was no rematch clause. Excuse me. For the first fight, there was supposed to be a rematch. Right? Fury clearly backed out. He said, you know what? Fuck all that shit. Fuck the WBC ordering the fight. We don't have to fight nobody. I'm going to sign with ESPN. So that tells me that either something was missing on paper or Fury just said fuck the contract. So I don't know if Deontay Wilder is now obligated to fight Tyson Fury, because the one thing we do know is he came out and said, you know what? I've already signed to fight Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury, and that was all on the eve of the Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz fight. And now that I bring up Andy Ruiz, that is the topic of discussion. It's Andy Ruiz. And essentially, Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder have been out here, talking about fighting each other. They've all been talking about fighting each other. Wilder's gonna murder that old Cuban. There's a chance he will. Don't sleep on Luis Ortiz. But I do believe it will be Deontay Wilder's night. I don't know if Luis Ortiz still got it like that, I don't know if he still got it like that. Puche, legendary boxer. Yo, salute, man. He said Luis Ortiz hasn't been knocked out like Pucciao. Oh, buddy. Hey, Pacquiao still got something in the tank, though. Pacquiao's still beating them Keith Thurmans of the world. But you know what? Yeah, man. Deontay Wilder go to that body, it's gonna be a body. If Deontay Wilder goes to Luis Ortiz's body, he gonna catch a body. He gonna catch a body, I'll tell you that much. The Luis Ortiz looking soft in that midsection, though. Looking a little soft in that midsection. You know what? Luis Ortiz is a fucking good fighter, though. He's a fucking technical nightmare. His technique is a nightmare for Deontay Wilder, and that's a fact. His technique is so underrated. He's probably the best counter puncher next to Tyson Fury in the heavyweight division. And he might be a better counter puncher than Tyson Fury. He might be. That's how technically sound Luis Ortiz is. Right? But I don't think you can stay away from the power of a Deontay Wilder. I don't think he could do it. I don't think he could do it. But when it comes to Andy Ruiz, the one thing I can say about this guy that would give Deontay Wilder problems is that dude seemed like he got a fucking chin. I think Andy Ruiz got an underrated chin. I know he took a left hook from AJ that did knock him down, but AJ can fucking punch. All right. Yeah, man. Wilder's a headhunter. Wilder is a headhunter. It would suit him very well if he would listen to his trainer from time to time. You know, it would suit him very well. If Wilder did go to the body a little bit, because like I said, if he goes to the body, he gonna catch a body. If he goes to the body, he gonna catch a body. Ruiz or AJ, I got Andy Ruiz in that fight, man. I got Andy Ruiz in that fight. If Andy Ruiz shows up like he did the first fight, if he don't come out, you know, like, you know, I just unless he completely underestimates AJ, which I find very difficult to believe, because he just landed the biggest win of his life. I expect Andy Ruiz to show up. I expect him to show up, especially on quote unquote enemy territory. I expect him to be on his A game. And I expect him to handle business and take AJ out, because AJ has got a whole laundry list of problems, man. His whole team's full of yes men. His whole team knows that he should have probably left his trainer a long time ago, but didn't push the issue when it came to AJ, you know, at least bringing somebody in to help him out other than a Rob McCracken. So it is what it is. I mean, I got to give Tyson Fury credit. He had the humility to say, you know what, Ben Davidson, you're a great mate, you're a great trainer, but we need someone with the experience of a Freddie Roach to come in there and, you know, just to have that presence in the corner, bring some value to the table. And AJ, he should really take notes. He should really take notes, for real. He really should. Hey, salute to Mississippi King. Salute to Tunnel Vision. One of the only dudes in here with the wrench out here, man. Salute to Tunnel. And what y'all gotta say? What y'all gotta say? Man, Ruiz got AJ's number. He knocked down 4 times. That's part of the reason why I would pick Andy Ruiz over Anthony Joshua. AJ gave Ruiz the mean mug. Ruiz says something to him and proved the facade. Just went away. Yeah, man. Andy Ruiz, man, he was not intimidated, not one bit, by Anthony Joshua. Not one bit. He looked right through his soul and said, you know what, I got this cat. He said, you know what, I got him. easy work. And we all know what went down. It took 4 knockdowns. And AJ, you know, just said he bowed out. He bent the knee and he bowed out. I mean, I don't buy his story at all when it comes to the referee, you know, stopping the fight early or miscommunication. Nah. All that is gibberish, man. That's just trying to make AJ feel better, his mentality. He's got to have that excuse in his head because he knows. Anthony Joshua knows Andy Ruiz took his soul that night. He knows it. And he's got to have some kind of internal justification in order to go into this rematch. He's got false bravado. Yeah, the moment he gets close, AJ will submit to his master. I say, James Ross going in. You know what? Anthony Joshua, it's like he really needed a tune-up in this case. Because just one win, I believe, would have got him over his hurdles psychologically. Just to get a knockout victory against anybody, I think it would have helped his confidence by leaps and bounds. And it's unfortunate they couldn't get that. It's unfortunate. But it is what it is. You know? But does Deontay Wilder smoke Andy Ruiz if they ever fight? That's my question. So I think Andy Ruiz is very underrated. I think technically he's better than Deontay Wilder. I think Andy Ruiz he's got some advantages over Deontay Wilder. I think he's got a better defense than Wilder. Wilder has length, he's got reach, he's got insane power. He uses his feet well, but not too well. But Wilder's footwork is kind of underrated as long as he's on balance. You know, he moves around quite well. He didn't look great against Tyson Fury, though. His movement was not up to par against Tyson Fury. But Andy Ruiz, the thing is, if Andy Ruiz can get inside the power of Deontay Wilder, that's his best chance. If he can get inside the power. If he can just stay in the eye of the storm, so to speak. Because Deontay Wilder doesn't really fight on the inside. He likes to keep distance. He likes to have this guy right in front of him, but not too close. But Deontay Wilder's smart. I'll give him that. I think he knows what he needs to do on the inside, which is clinch. And I think he would do that against an Andy Ruiz. I think he would. Andy beats Deontay Wilder the same way he beat AJ early. For real. Jaguar Paz says Andy Ruiz beats Deontay Wilder the same way. Wilder shuts down all inside work. Yeah, I would expect him to clinch on the inside and just shut it down. But the thing is, does he know to clinch if he were to get tagged and hurt? Because he was, you know who he wasn't clinching against? It took him a long time to clinch Luis Ortiz when he got hurt. He finally did, I think, at the end. But when he got hurt, he was taking them shots, and he was almost in a daze. He was almost in a daze against Luis Ortiz. My goodness. I hate to be that guy, but Luis Ortiz had a little bit more time. You know, if he had a little bit more time in that 7th round, who knows what would have happened, right? Who knows? Fortunately for Deontay Wilder, the bell rang. The bell rang. There are different levels of Wilder. He was 204 in the Fury fight. No one beats Wilder. To dog in him. Bomb Squad. Hey man, fuck with the Bomb Squad, man. Shout the Mississippi Queen, Bomb Squad all day. But you know what? Ain't nobody invincible. Ain't nobody invincible in this boxing game, man. Anybody can be beat. Anybody can be beat. You know, the problem with the way Anthony Joshua fought Andy Ruiz is he didn't use his height and his reach. It was non-existent. Anthony Joshua has a solid height and reach advantage, and he didn't use it at all. Did not use it at all. And if Deontay Wilder were to use that advantage he has and just jab Andy Ruiz to death, it's just going to be a matter of time before he lands a right hand, and it could be lights out. But he's got to really, you know who Deontay Wilder should study? Should study either a Lennox Lewis or a Vladimir Klitschko just on the art of the jab. Because Wilder could improve leaps and bounds in terms of how he controls the pace of fights with his jab. Because he let Tyson Fury out jab him, which I thought was a key mistake in that fight. He let himself get out jabbed. He let himself get outworked. And if he were to let Andy Ruiz do that to him, one thing's for sure, he wouldn't be winning on no scorecards. That's one thing that's for sure. He wouldn't be winning on no scorecards. Tunnel Vision says, hell no. Completely different styles. And that's a fact. AJ and Deontay Wilder are completely different styles. He's not stiff. That's right, he's not stiff. Ruiz gets stopped in 3 to 4. Oh, man. AJ tried to use the jab, and he's just too stiff and too slow. That could be the case. AJ just might be too slow. Wilder's got them fast twitch reflexes, man. Wilder got some scary reflexes sometimes. You know, he's got really good counterpunch. Wilder's counterpunches are underrated too. But the thing is, Wilder do a whole lot of missing. He do a whole lot of missing. You know, it's hit or miss with Deontay Wilder. He do a lot of missing. But if he catches you, there it goes, man. It's lights out. If he catches you, it's lights out. But does Andy Ruiz ever beat Deontay Wilder? Does Andy Ruiz ever beat a Deontay Wilder? I don't know. This is what Deontay Wilder said. Wilder said, point blank period, Andy Ruiz gets his ass knocked out like all the rest of them. Right? He's saying like all the rest of them. But you know what? There's one guy that didn't get knocked out. And we all know who that is. There's one guy that didn't get knocked out. And we all know who that is. It's unfortunate, but Deontay Wilder does have unfinished business with a guy named Tyson Fury. So, it is what it is. I know you want to see the Andy Ruiz fight, but that doesn't change the fact that Deontay Wilder has some unfinished business with Tyson Fury. And at the end of the day, what does Deontay Wilder do to beat Tyson Fury in the rematch? He got knocked out. The ref gave him a 30 count. Oh, man. Yo, don't get me started on that count, man. But you know what? That referee, I remember counting that shit, and it was fucking close. It was either 10 or 11 seconds. And I mean, if you're 1 second off, fuck, man. Like, that's human error, right? Like, that's just human error. You can't expect a referee's count to match a stopwatch. You can't. It's never going to happen in the moment. It's never going to happen. But you know what? The last time I've seen Deontay Wilder hurt in the ring was against Luis Ortiz. And oddly enough, Deontay Wilder, remember, the most recent memory I have of Deontay Wilder getting hurt was in that 7th round against Luis Ortiz, right? Fury never hurt Wilder. He just threw enough punches to win enough rounds to be ahead on the cards, right? He outworked Wilder, but he never really hurt him. It was Luis Ortiz that hurt Deontay Wilder. It was Luis Ortiz that had Deontay Wilder on the back foot. It was Luis Ortiz that had the doctor looking at Wilder a funny way in the start of the 8th. So now Wilder's making a very risky move, bringing it back to Luis Ortiz. Very risky move. He didn't have to give Ortiz a rematch. He didn't have to. So give him credit for that, man. I'll give him credit for that, man. Absolutely. And if you ask me, he should have just did it in the first place, but he took the Tyson Fury fight, right? He took the Fury fight. And Luis Ortiz has had a few tune-ups since then. You know, he had some tune-ups. He had some nice little easy cupcake fights. You know, it's good for him. And Luis Ortiz, I don't think that's an easy fight. I mean, as much as I think Deontay Wilder ends up the same way, I don't think that's an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination. And for Tyson Fury to be fighting the bum-ass fights he's fighting, the Otto Wallins of the world, fucking Tom Schwartz of the world, it's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing that he claims to have a guaranteed signed fight with Deontay Wilder. And if that's the case, Wilder did mess up somewhere down the line, because Tyson Fury hasn't done anything to raise his profile. Meanwhile, Deontay Wilder knocks out Dominic Brazil. Depending on the Luis Ortiz fight, it could raise his stock a bit. And then here we are. Supposedly, we're supposed to get Tyson Fury somewhere in February. And what has he done to add to promotion? What has he done? He really hasn't done jack shit. He's just sitting back, you know, waiting on the next bum. Like, yo, honestly, it really should be Andy Ruiz versus Tyson Fury. These guys are fighting the best guys out there. It really should be. But whatever deal Tyson Fury has, maybe he's holding Deontay Wilder's legs to the fire, his hands to the fire, you know? And maybe that's the case. Maybe that's just the case. But what do y'all think, man? What do y'all think about the situation? It's E King Fight News, man. Smash the like button. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get them likes up, bruh. But you know what? If I had to pick one guy, between Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and Andy Ruiz, one guy that beats them all, I think I would end up picking Deontay Wilder, man. Fuck. But I think that Andy Ruiz is a tough fight. Legitimately could go either way. I think Andy Ruiz provides a really tough challenge for Deontay Wilder. I really think he does. I don't think that's an easy fight. Remember, Andy Ruiz went toe-to-toe with Joseph Parker, arguably won that fight. Andy Ruiz is arguably an undefeated fighter. Arguably. If you believe he beat Joseph Parker. If you believe he beat Joseph Parker, Andy Ruiz is an undefeated fighter. His confidence is at an all-time high. He's going into the AJ fight most likely looking for a knockout, right? He shouldn't be going into Saudi Arabia thinking he's going to get some kind of credit on the scorecards. Now, forget about that shit. You know, if he does, he does. But go in there to break down AJ and take him out. Go in there to break down AJ and take him the fuck out of there. Ain't no time for decisions out here, man. Ain't no time to go 12 rounds in Saudi Arabia. You gotta take AJ out. The thing is, Anthony Joshua has got all the pressure on. He's got all the pressure on. He gonna get that juice in him over there. Hey, man. The word is there's supposed to be some VADA testing going on. That's the word. He's supposed to have some VADA testing. So it is what it is. If VADA's on top of their shit and they're testing AJ right now, then you shouldn't have to worry about the juicing situation. I don't know what kind of exemptions he's got, but that's still some kind of a untapped underground rumor going on about AJ with the exemptions. He's got the exemptions and shit. AJ's got the exemptions. You know what? I don't want to talk about Dillian Whyte, man. I don't even want to talk about Dillian Whyte. I got no interest. Yo, Dillian Whyte to me does not exist until we get that B sample. Dillian Whyte does not exist until I see a B sample or some kind of legitimate reason as to what happened in the Oscar Rivas fight. Point blank and period. And Dillian Whyte knows he's irrelevant because he's completely gone into silent mode. That's what Dillian Whyte's doing. He's in silent mode. He's in that boat that says, you know what, man? Don't bug me and I won't bug you guys. You know, I'm gonna go underground. That's where Dillian Whyte is. Dillian Whyte's underground. Jaguar Paw says, yeah, we all know who has 3 times the stamina of Ortiz and younger, right? Yeah, I think the Andy Ruiz is a very tough fight. As much as I think Deontay Wilder believes he'll knock Andy out, Andy Ruiz is his defense is very underrated. Joshua only caught him clean 1 or 2 times. Anthony Joshua, who's a hard, accurate puncher, only caught Andy Ruiz clean 1 or 2 times. Apart from that, a lot of those shots, Andy Ruiz was slipping. Andy Ruiz was parrying them off. He was picking them off. So give credit where credit's due. Andy Ruiz can fucking fight. He can fight. And don't think Deontay Wilder has an easy time with Andy Ruiz, because I don't see it, man. I don't see that being an easy fight. By any stretch of the imagination, I just don't see that being an easy fight. I think it's way more difficult. Wilder's going to have technical problems in that fight. He's got the great equalizer. But Andy Ruiz has got an underrated jab as well. Don't be surprised if Andy Ruiz was able to jab his way in and get to that body a little bit. And get inside of Wilder's range. At least I believe. You see, Andy Ruiz, to me, versatile fighter. He's a versatile fighter. Andy Ruiz can fight on the back foot and he can fight on the front foot. But if Deontay Wilder executes his back foot game properly, he should be superior to Andy Ruiz, because simply put, he's got the length and reach and the height, and he's got the power. But technical ability is not always there when it comes to Deontay Wilder. But underrated jab. He's got a great long right hand. Excellent ability. And holy shit, man. Holy shit. Yo, did y'all see that on camera? Did y'all see that shit? This dude was on the street saying, get out the car. On some road rage shit. Did y'all see that? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I said, hold on a second. Hold on a second. See if y'all can check this shit out. See if y'all can check this shit out. The dude said, get out the car. The dude said, get out the car. He wanted some smoke. Hold on a second. Looks like I missed it. Looks like I missed the smoke, man. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that, man. It's E King Fight News. Smash the like button, guys. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. For all that good boxing talk, y'all know where it is, man. It's E King's Fight News, and we gone, man. Peace. Smash the like button.